Hey guys, it's Michael here from class. How are you all going? So today in class we learned about 1 and 2 point perception drawing. As you can see in front, this is a 1 point perception where everything on the outside comes into the 1 point, which is commonly known as the Vanish Point or Horizon Point. Everyone's horizon point is a different level as to where they see their eyes. Some people might see the top of this box, whereas short people might not see the top of this box. So their perception will be down here if it was to this box and they're a short person. So pretty much one perception is everything comes to 1 point, which is in the middle. So for this you're going to need your triangle, and fairly large triangle at that. You'll need your pencil extremely sharp to be able to get into the tiny points. And we're going to give this a go. We're going to start with some boxes, draw them into the middle. Now theoretically these lines won't be here, they're just guidelines. And then we're going to try the letter E. So if we are going to do this, we'll need a blank page. In the middle of the page, we will put a dot. That is the horizon point line that everything will be drawn to. So we'll go by this, using your square, line it up to the edge of your paper to make sure that it is square. Doesn't matter how big the box is, it's going to go like that. We're going to move it up. We're going to make any size square, rectangle that you want to do. Just make sure it is nice and square with the edge of your paper, like that. Okay, so we have our square. Just going to quickly erase these so you don't see them. Okay, so if you're looking at this as your box that is floating in the air, your horizon line is there, which differentiates between sky and ground as to what your eye level is. The horizon point is there, the dot. Okay, so you would not see this top box here, and you would not see this side here if you're standing in the middle, and that is in the sky. So to do this, very lightly, go from the corner of the box on the side that you would see if you were to see this floating in the sky, and just a very light line down to the dot. Do that with the other two sides and it will look like a giant pyramid. Make sure it's accurate, like that. Okay, so now it looks like that box there is extending into the horizon or vanishing point, commonly known as VP or HL. Okay, or eye line is another one. So all three of those are correct according to Patrick. To stop this box from going into infinity and beyond, we will come in from this line here to this line over here and draw. Okay, so now you got one side of a box and two sides. So you got the front face and the bottom face. You'll then put your triangle on top like that, nice and level, slide it across, match up from this line here, and go straight down like that. And there you go. You have got a 3D box with a 1 point perception. Now Patrick got us to do 3 more boxes, so feel free to do another 3 boxes. And you can pause the video here if you want, or you can stop it, but pretty much you'll also line up the letter E, or you can do the letter F, just any block letters. Give that a go. Spread it over the 1 page if you want, so you know you do some boxes here and up there as well. I'm not going to repeat them unless you want me to, then just let me know, but you can come back in here after you've drawn the lines, of course, and just harden up the edges of the box. Also use your 9B, not one of these pencils. I just didn't want to waste my 9B. Like that. Okay, so there you go. You can even rub out these extra lines if you want. Don't rub them out all the way so Patrick can actually see how your work's gone. And there you go, you have a one perception 3D box in the sky, just like that. So always remember, now this is probably upside down to how I'm going with it, but this is in the sky for me, this is on the ground. I'll try rotating it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So just give it another go. You know, if the box is in the middle, or you know, like here, for instance, you would not see any of the sides. Okay, that is also a one perception box. It is 2D because you cannot see that behind here. You know, if this was to be hollow or made of glass, you would see the edges, but they would come out like this. Okay, so that's how it would look if you could see through it and you could see the other sides going into that box. As you can see, everything will come into that corner there. Okay, just like how we've done here. That box comes into the middle, this box is coming into the middle. The letter E comes into the middle, including these edges here. In fact, pause the video here if you're going to do the squares, and then resume and we'll do the letter E next for use. For the people that just let this play, we will continue in a couple of seconds. Okay, so if you're still watching, we are doing the letter E. Now it is a block letter, so capital E, and I'm going to stick it up here again in the corner. Just make sure it's flat. Just bring this across so you can see it better. Make sure it is flat across the top of your paper. Okay, down like that. There's one line. Bring it across and just lightly do another line. That's where the bottoms are going to come out to. Okay. You do a third line in the middle if you want, or actually not over in the middle, but you know, over this side, and then one over this side. That's where the edges are going to be. Now, always make sure that this side here of your triangle, this side here, is flush up against, so the long side comes into your paper. So you know, you can put it that way, or you can flip it over, do it that way, as long as it goes flat against the edge, no warpies. And it's just a matter of that line there, come up about there to the middle line, come up a little bit more from the middle line out to the third line, up a little bit more from the same again, up a little bit more from this line out to the end, and on the top from end to end. Come back in, harden up the corners, or the lines I should say. Alright, I've kind of gone off ski whiff there. We'll just re-harden them up, there we go. Okay, at this point in time you might want to resharpen your pencil so it's always nice and sharp. Always remember, guidelines, do as light as you can so you can erase them easier, or they're not as seen as much. Okay, so we'll just erase them out a little bit. We're going to get on something cool after this. I'll post this video up for the people first, and then we'll do a checkerboard, which I'll show you in a sec. Okay, it's the same deal as this box here, except this time here we're going to be bringing these corners into the middle this way. So same deal, thinking that this is going to be one big solid object, line from there to there, line out to the end there. So there's the bottom of the E starting to take shape now. Now you'd see the bottom of this piece of E here, and it would literally stop there. Why don't we take it further? You could take it further if you want. You know, if you really want, you could go like that. However, you would only see that end of the line. Okay. Now, this corner here into the middle. Okay. And also this corner up here. This is really cool if you want to do some really cool lettering and stuff. Okay, so once again, work out the thickness on this side here. Okay, and I'm just going to go from this line here down to this line. Going to section it off on the side here. Now you'll notice that this looks really, really skinny. The reason for that is because of the perception horizon line, or the vanishing point. Okay, you wouldn't see much of that at all. Okay, so then from that, you can work out the corner for this one here would be here. Okay, that line there can be scrubbed away, and then this one here, you just roughly make that the same size in thickness. It probably isn't on this demo. Okay, erase out these other lines, and there you go. You've got a one perception letter E. Okay, you can spend a little bit of time on that, harden up the edges like we did with the boxes, work around like that. So yeah, that's the letter E. So hopefully you found this helpful. Pretty much 1 point horizon is one dot on the horizon that everything flows to. As what was said, if you got steps that come down like this, I know they're not exactly perfect. Okay, now, what we've done here, that goes down there, that out, down, and that here. Okay, so, say the staircase goes further, I might see the top of here, Sean will see the top of here, however, people, Mercy, Jackson, would only probably see up to here. So, while us tall people will see up here, okay, our eye levels are up here, most of that's are down here. So to them, steps for the shorter people could very well look like this. Just up, comes in, one, right, and then it would literally just come up just a little bit. The height would be same as the step, however the horizon line would be really, really thin, and then that would come up normal height of a step, and that's it, because their horizon line would literally be on those steps, which is if that continued down. Okay, so if that continued down, that's their eyes, but for us, the steps would then continue up like that to them. They would not see any of the tops, okay, because their horizon line is there, and that there is the vanishing point, or VP. So today we learnt VP equals vanish point, HL equals horizon line, Forgive me if my spelling is right. I think it's horizon, not horizon. And EL equals eye level. All three of them mean exactly the same thing. You got your horizon line here. Okay, some people call the little dot the horizon line. However, we ended up changing it that this line here was the horizon line. Eye level and vanishing point are the same thing. It is where the objects go to disappear. So next, after you've done that, I'll post up another video. We're going to do a lovely cool thing. We are going to do the checkerboard into one point. We're going to show you the trick that Patrick told us on how to get the squares to disappear like this. So stay tuned, and in probably another 15 minutes there'll be another video up for you guys. If you want to know what 2-point perception is, that is a 2-point perception. So you're looking at a building more on 3D. But we'll get into that after we've done the checkerboard. Okay, I'll see you.